Well, good morning. It's Jason. Adventure cooking. So, I'm gonna cook some stuff, and I'm gonna have you along for breakfast. So, only coffee is instant. So I know a lot of you guys aren't gonna stick around for that. Instant coffee is horrendous. But anyhow, just cooking. So, obviously, you can tell right now the draw of the oil there, not on level surfaces. I'm hungry. Doing a lot of snacking out here, trying to get by, make a short day of it, you know, or a quick day of it, and get out and do what I need to do. And it's been making me pretty hungry. About halfway through the day, I've been hitting the fan just by working hard. And I realized I'm like starting my day off with trail mix and hugging a tree ain't really making it through the day. So, but yeah, so went to my little storage thing over here and broke out my little Blackstone. Once again, like every video, I don't get paid to endorse any products. I don't work for any, well, I work for a company. I don't work for any company that endorses cooking products. I do endorse RV roof replacement at Accent RV. But yeah, so I got a little 17-inch Blackstone. It's an adventure ready grill. I kid you not. It says adventure ready right there. And that wasn't planned. I didn't own this when I started this channel. It's pretty cool. I do own another Blackstone, but it's a larger one. It doesn't say adventure ready on it at all. I guarantee you that. I would have noticed that. But just cooking some breakfast. I got most of the framing done yesterday on the what we're coining now the tiny house. It was an arduous task. I had to do the deck twice. The first time I did the deck, it didn't. I was out of alignment. I had already kind of leveled it off a bit. Started settling it in a little bit, and then when I went to go measure my corners, I was off. So what I mean by the corners is pulling a line from one corner to the next diagonally to make sure that you're true and squared up, and I was off by a good like 1.5 inches, so almost 2 inches, which I'm gonna blame that part on me and part on some of that wood I got from Home Depot. I'm not really sure where they get that stuff from, but I got a piece over there I'm gonna probably turn into the life-size sculpture of a banana, or maybe a bow and arrow, or not the arrow part, but the bow. But anyhow, so I spent probably spent a day and a half doing all the deck and setting that up. If you're wondering why my hair looks like this, if I look a little rough, or you're thinking, man, I didn't shower this morning, you're right, I didn't. So I slept with a beanie on. So I don't normally run hair like this. In the winter, I kind of get a little wild. Summer months, I just shave it all off. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. Hash browns. What do they call you? Hash browns. I don't think I've cooked them right yet. My kids always kind of think I'm a little off on these things where in the corner, where they don't get crispy. They just come out with this like cooked potato, which I'm totally fine with. They taste fine to me. It's definitely not the look or the taste they're going for. I'm gonna give it a shot right now. Maybe this adventure ready grill will be my best asset. Getting back to these Blackstone grills are awesome. I cook everything on them at our shop and in our RV. I have a 22-inch grill there. My buddy has like a 36 in his house. My brother just picked up a 36. Just really cool setup. Actually started looking at these because I do a lot of overland camping out of our truck or Jeeps, things like that. And everyone was buying like these scottles and stuff and spending like a ton of money for like a little plow disc, you know, configuration. I just thought that was kind of silly. These aren't necessarily cheap, but I mean, I think this was like 70 bucks on sale or 60 bucks at Walmart. Got a little catch thing for the back. Supposed to have a little tray in there, but I'm too lazy to put that in there. I don't think I brought any. Runs off a little propane canisters. You can get an adapter around the larger propane. This is a single burner. Our 22 has 2 burners, and it makes it nice. You can set the temperatures a little bit. One thing with these, getting them hot is not a problem. Trying to cook something cold, like a cooler temperature, really hard. Once these things get hot, they are scorching. So eggs, boom, cook up in 2 seconds. So hash browns, not in 2 seconds. So I guess I can put these in the middle. I'm not cooking them off yet. But anyway, so yeah, I got some stuff done on the, I got most of the framing done yesterday. I think I uploaded another video of just the deck finalization, some questions people had, and some reasons I went the direction I went. I mentioned a channel, Pal's Cabin, a guy up, like I said, either Michigan or Minnesota area, I believe. Really cool content, really humble kid, not there to be flashy. He's got a good following. I think his girlfriend, maybe his fiance or wife, I'm not sure. But his significant other, I think, does a lot of the editing and all that stuff, which is cool. It's not flashy, it's just informative, but it ties everything together well. So yeah, Kyle's Cabin. Once again, no affiliation, but I learned a lot from watching him. And if you're not learning, you're not listening, basically. So it's good to get some new tricks here and there. There's another guy I watch called Bush Radical. Him and his wife, and I can't remember her channels. They go on each other's channels. His gal just does all kinds of cool things too. He does all kinds of cool things. I think he does something with like maybe foundation work or something up Alaska area. They own a couple different pieces of property, and he's got a pretty cool story. I kind of let you know that it didn't all happen overnight. The stuff they've been working on for years, and they kind of bought a place, worked their way in another place, worked their way in another place, and so it's a cool story the way they do stuff. I think they both still work, from it sounds like. Maybe they have to, maybe they don't. I'm not sure on all those details. But Bush Radical, and I said I don't know the cat's name, unfortunately. Used to be really good with names, like sales and marketing my whole life, so you gotta remember those names, or management, you gotta remember your employees' names, but seems like from 45 on, the memory's slipping. But anyhow, yeah, Bush Radical. The guy does some really cool work, some basic stuff. The reason that came up is just on building stuff. Everyone's gonna have their own version, and you make it your own. You can make it real personal. You can make it real traditional build. You can go by the books. You can add some flair in there that'll be unique to yourself and to your family on your own little cabin build, things like that. But and you can build it really simple and get really good results. So I guess that's why it came into play. I was thinking about that. Am I moving these things around too much? That's probably what it is. Not enough oil. I don't want to put too much oil in there. Anyway, we'll see how it turns out. Whatever you do, I think Blackstone or maybe the other brand makes like their own kind of canned spray. I'm not real big on those canned sprays, but I didn't bring any buttering like that to put on here. Whoa, almost lost the ham. That would suck. Ooh. Anyhow, I would not use their version of the pan spray. Phenomenally, I don't know if it has a taste, but it has a smell that I associate with a taste that I don't enjoy. You guys are in the overhead view right now. You're actually hanging on my prefab steel door I bought at Walmart or Home Depot, and the reason being is the wind is so bad right here. Every time I cook out here, it's like that. It could be like the least windy day ever. Break out the grill on our past trip or this one now. Boom. Wind, tsunami of wind. Sharknado of wind. So anyhow, you're hanging out on top of the door right now. And on my little tripod thing I bought the other day to try that out. Like I said, I'm kind of new to this stuff. I've always been filming. I film for work projects. Been a marketing guy for many different companies. So then the guy endorsing the product and smiling on camera and all that stuff. So not my first time, I guess, on this side of the lens or whatever. But for this kind of stuff, it's kind of new to me. So I just kind of sharing day-to-day stuff, and you guys are interested, great. If you're not, I guess you wouldn't be watching me cook ham right now. Anyway, I'm reaching my maximum time limit out here, unless I want to start losing money. I worked a couple extra shifts here and there, worked a couple extra days just because the demand was there, and so I had a couple days off coming to myself. So I'm venturing one day past those right now, so I'm into my free time and not making nothing to be out here, so which is fine. But I also got to get back to reality in life and work. So probably gonna do today. Probably do partial tomorrow morning, and then leave the dog where it lies. So if I get everything dried in, great. If I don't, we're going to Harbor Freight for a couple of heavy-duty tarps, camo tarps. Real camo. Just literally tarp over top of where a roof should be. I love to get a ridge beam up and tarp over a ridge beam down, but I probably want to just do a ridge beam and leave it because it's going to be a side wind coming in here, and I don't want to take a chance of getting extra wind block. But yeah, we'll see. I'm doing breakfast. I got enough stuff here to finish the exterior portion of the base layer, and not the finished wood, but just like the ply and get the look, get the dried in, like I said, not necessarily get the aesthetics. Whoa! But yeah, I'll work on that, and we'll kind of we'll go from there and see what we come up with. Culinary arts. I actually wanted to be a chef when I was younger. Actually, at an earlier stage, when you're in like elementary school and high school and all that, they asked what you wanted to be for your career. I always wanted to be a clown. I wanted to be a clown in the circus. So with Ringy Brothers and Barnum and Bailey, I remember always thinking that was really cool when I'd see the clowns from the circus come to town. And yeah, I know, I get some people on here saying there's elephant cruelty and all that stuff. Wasn't going to be an elephant tamer or an elephant rider. But yeah, I want to be a clown. And believe it or not, with our society, I never remember a single teacher saying, hey, that sounds like a great career choice. The 401k is no clowning around. So yeah, no one really pushed on that. Everyone pushes on a 401k plan and retirement and benefits, and I thought making people laugh was a benefit. So it's kind of, you know, where it came from, and I like to balance some weird stuff and juggling and all that kind of stuff and just entertaining. So yeah, I want to be a clown in the circus until probably about 20 or so. I finally gave up on it, but went into culinary arts that direction. Cooked for some little pizza places. I cooked for the Blue Bayou at Disneyland and helped out at Club 33, the private club in there. First couple of years, I did some other side jobs. I rarely had one job as a kid. I always kind of hustled and worked a regular job and then had side income. My uncle owned a plumbing company, so I used to help out with his plumbing. You know, just racing motocross and doing other things and having other priorities. I was always getting injured. It was hard to fulfill my duties there, but I did learn a ton of plumbing. I learned a bunch of stuff from my uncle. He's a pretty ambitious guy back in his day as far as building hot rods and just, I guess, most of my basic fundamental building skills I probably learned from him at an early age. Teenage years and things like that, helping him out with projects, and then, like I said, doing plumbing. Trades are important, man. You learn plumbing, electrical, framing, all that stuff. It never leaves you, you know. And there's tools I use today I invested in when I was like 17 to 20 years old that I still use. I mean, I had a toolbox that I broke last year that I bought when I was 17 years old and 46. So, but yeah, so investing in the knowledge is worth its while because it saves you money in the long run. Even if you don't do that, say you know how to plumb and you still hire a plumber, at least you know if he's ripping you off. If you know how to work on a, you know, he or she, sorry, it could be a she plumber. Too many of them, but good possibilities. Maybe he identifies as a she plumber, which is kind of silly. But yeah, so learning a trade, I mean, mechanics, I mean, I don't do all the work on my own vehicles these days. Sometimes I just don't have time to, and I don't want to get that greasy and dirty and get rid of the extra oil, things like that, and I'll bring it to a professional, but at least I know my way around a motor and mechanics and things like that. So I know if I haven't had a single truck I brought to a shop recently where I paid the initial assessment. You know, it's been able to kind of dissect on, well, you're already there for that, why are you charging me for this? And, you know, not to be that guy, but you got to grind, man. The money doesn't come easy. So anyhow, that's a tangent, off on the wrong subject, I guess. We're talking about hash browns. These hash browns, as usual, look real milky or soggy. I suck at cooking hash browns. The ham was easy. Pretty sure that was already cooked in the bag. All I had to do is throw it on there and heat it. I'm going to have to go figure out what I did with my plate because I don't see anything near here that resembles a plate. It might have blown away. But yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. Breakfast with Jason over at the Adventure off-grid property. And check that out. I wasn't joking. That's ridiculous, huh? Like they made that for me.